freshman, I knew that I wanted to do more. There was a lot of things that were offered here at SNHU. There was tons of involvement, but I knew that I wanted to find my passion in community service and also direct service in Manchester and the community here, but also domestically and internationally. We're lucky enough here at SNHU that we have amazing alternative break experience. Here we can go on many different trips. When I was a freshman, I took the big leap and went to Washington, D.C. Once I got back, I knew that I wanted to do more. The fire was there, the passion was there. I also built a community where I had other people who had the same interests as me. I went to South Africa, and after coming back as a participant for 2 years, I knew that it was my job now that I wanted to bring other people on these trips, and I wanted to see their aha moments and find their passions through community service.
Well, the alternative break program started 10 years ago in 2005 when Hurricane Katrina happened, and a bunch of students decided we can't just sit here, we need to go and we need to provide services and we need to help them get out of this traumatic experience. So they ended up going there. There was not really any structure into it. There wasn't like an advisor or anything. They just kind of went and did community service down there. And then it kept developing. And then a couple years later, the community service, they started the Outreach Association, which is like the community service club on campus. So they started that, and they did alternative breaks through that, offering like 1 trip a year. And now we're at the place where we have an advisor, Elizabeth Richards, and 2 program coordinators. And this year we offered 3 trips, and next year we're offering 4 trips.
My freshman year, I went to South Africa, and we went to Curlin Village, and I ended up finding out about this because I worked for the Center for Community Engaged Learning, and while I was working in the office, they were advertising for it, and I was super interested, so I applied, and I was the only freshman who actually...
I've done something like this in high school, so when I found out the Center for Community Engaged Learning offered alternative breaks, I was really excited. This past year, over winter break, I went to New Orleans, Louisiana.
Whenever you're ready. As we traveled down to New Orleans, we visited the Lower Ninth Ward. We actually worked a lot in the Lower Ninth Ward. It was the hardest hit part of New Orleans during Hurricane Katrina that happened in 2005. So it was about 10 years ago, and the need is still drastic. The Lower Ninth Ward was the hardest hit because that's where the levees are located. The levees are the barrier between the ocean and the below sea level land.
While we were down there, a lot of people had actually told us that they believe there's a conspiracy behind why the levees broke and how they broke. A lot of people think that the government had purposely had them break in the Lower Ninth Ward versus the upper class areas. It would be a lot easier for the government to fix if it was the Lower Ninth Ward than it would be if it was like the French Market or the Cathedral.
So I've seen the alternative break program grow for the past few years, and to see people that are really passionate get involved with the community, not just in Manchester, but in different countries like the Dominican. Next year they're going to Nicaragua, New York, then seeing New Orleans, and all the things that we've made it all over the place, and we're really making an impact everywhere we go.